You got your hands on a $2 million diamond, but... After Terry Fawless escaped and went to meet with Valerie Hawthorne, the truth was exposed. Shut your mouth! That wasn't my fault! It was because of that stupid oaf of a prisoner and that weakling of a policewoman. And then, 1 year later, you tried to kill me. Well, I'm still alive, but... You wound up killing someone else. As a result, you were sentenced to death. It's one stupid move after another for you, but it's no longer funny. You, wipe that smug, happy-go-lucky smile off your face. And now, this. You messed up again. You let Maya Fey escape, even though that she was right there in front of you. Mia Fey, Mia Fey, Mia Fey, Mia Fey! You spinster! I was supposed to kill Maya Fey like I swore I would. And if only you hadn't gotten the spiky-haired jerk the guilty verdict, I wouldn't have been hanged to death. True. But I think you finally understand, Dahlia Hawthorne. You will never defeat me. What? What did you say? Whether you're alive, dead, or somewhere in between, you will never defeat me. As long as I'm around, you're destined to lose for all eternity. I remember what you said earlier in the trial. You said there was no way we could punish you because you were already dead. What about it? Then you said, even though when the body dies, the spirit, the ego, lives on forever. That's very true, Dahlia. And that's exactly the punishment you will never be able to escape from. For all eternity, you will have to remain as Dahlia Hawthorne, a miserable, pathetic, weak creature who can never win at anything. And for you, there's no escape from that. No hope of freedom. Since the day you were executed, the narrow bridge that stretched out in front of you has been burned to a crisp. You're wrong. It can't be. How could I lose to the likes of you? It no longer matters. I don't care whether you win or lose anymore. The only thing I want is for you to come out of Maya's body right now. I am not ready to go. Nick, sis. She does. She looks very cute like that. Now then, I assume you are the real Iris. Yes, I was just rescued from the sacred cavern. I must say that you and your twin sister are indeed identical from what I can see. In any case, it appears that everything has finally been cleared up. Mr. Godot, what happened to Dahlia Hawthorne? If you ask me, Your Honor, it looks like she went back to the hell she came from. It seems that Misty Faye wasn't the only victim of this case. Maya Faye, as well as the young Pearl Faye, were also a victim of this wicked and selfish plan. Yes, Your Honor. The tragedy of the Medium Valley has finally come to an end, it seems. It would be best for everyone if no further attempt was made to channel that spirit ever again. Your Honor? Yes? What is it? About this whole spirit medium thing. It's almost weird how comfortable you seem with the whole concept now. Well, to be frank, my younger brother is quite judgmental. He often criticizes me for not studying hard enough. That is why I made a concentrated effort to study up on the Korean channeling technique. Hey, isn't that the New Year's issue of Occult? I've seen quite a few things in my many years on the bench, and in all that time, I've finally learned one thing. Just one thing. Each case is different and takes place in its own world, if you will. In order to fully understand that world, first we have to immerse ourselves in it completely. And that is where my brother and I used to differ. I never thought of it that way. At any rate, I am ready to pass judgment in the case of Iris of Hazakura Temple.
Objection!
You're a little too fast with that gavel, Your Honor. What do you mean by that, Mr. Godot? This trial, it isn't over yet. That's what he means. What? Right. Remember what Miss Evil Spirit said in her testimony? Huh? Talia's testimony? Just as Dahlia Hawthorne was about to attack Maya, she was stabbed and killed by someone. Yes, that's right. The person that ultimately was killed was a spirit medium that channeled Dahlia. Elise Duxman. No, Misty Faye. But who killed her? We still don't know who did it. This isn't over? Unless someone else is found guilty, the accused is still on trial. That's not how it works, but just roll with it. We can't let her walk away until there's evidence that proves her innocence. No way. But this court isn't prepared for any further testimony. The prosecution is ready to call our final witness. Final witness? This one will clear up the whole mystery. The mystery of who killed Misty Faye. Indeed. Is it really alright, Mr. Prosecutor? Of course it's alright, Madam Attorney. Very well then. Who is this final witness? Isn't it obvious? There is one person who saw the whole event and will put the final dagger in this case. Someone who saw the murder take place. The very person who saw her mother get killed in front of her very own eyes. You mean Maya? You can't. She can't testify after what she's just been through. We need to find the truth. The prosecution calls Maya Faye to the witness stand. Very well. But first, we'll take a brief recess. We'll have to wait for Miss Faye to recover before summoning her. Once we receive the doctor's permission, we will proceed with the trial. Hey, Wright, I've got something to say to you, so listen up. What is it? I don't think much of you as a lawyer. It's always the same with you. You somehow manage to just squeak by without even a feint of understanding the case. Some beautiful woman always seems to come dashing in at the last minute to save you. You got some nerve? But that's not going to happen this time. This time, you're going to have to do this by yourself. That's enough. This court is now in recess. I'm truly sorry about everything. You were working so hard to defend me, but I was missing all day, and we didn't even have a chance to talk. She's right. When I met Iris at the training hall yesterday, I had already switched places, and Iris was inside the sacred cavern. I wanted to at least be in the defense box today to root on you. Well, it wasn't your fault. You were locked up this whole time. There is something more important than that, though. I have to ask you, why did you help your sister out as much as you did? Huh? If you had tried to get help at the Sacred Cavern yesterday, you wouldn't have spent the entire day locked up in there. My sister. Excuse me. My sister. Thank you. I felt sorry for her. She was abandoned by her mother and never got any love from my father either. Yes, but that was the same for you too, wasn't it? Yes, but at least I had Sister Bikini, who was like a mother to me. If only Talia had come with me to Hazakura Temple. I always loved her. Dahlia was always so smart, so strong. She never complained about a thing. That's why I promised her that I would help her. Are you talking about the fake kidnapping case 11 years ago? Yes, I wanted to be useful to her in some way. But, as usual, I was too cowardly. At the last minute I ran away. Because of that, Talia's stepsister, Valerie, ended up. Well, despite all the things that happens to Dahlia Hawthorne, I still don't like her. And that was the case that wounded me so badly. Oh, don't worry, Paige, you'll get your Ace Attorney Prosecutor Syndrome soon enough. But things didn't end up there, of course. Some people suspected my sister was involved in the murder. Some people? You must mean, yes, 2 defense attorneys. Mia Fey and Diego Armando. After poisoning Mr. Armando, who was getting too close to learning the truth, Dahlia even tried to kill a person who had unknowingly hid the poison for her. You? That's right. You feel sorry for her, yes, but you still don't like her. Iris, there's one more thing I have to ask you. Yes, what is it? On the night of the murder, the person that cleaned up the corpse of the victim, at least Duxnam, was it really you? Yes, it was me. That night, after I rang the lights out bell, I went back to my room. At 10:30 p.m., I received a call from my cell phone. There's a problem. Come to the inner temple right away. I got in a snowmobile and headed for the inner temple, but the path to the inner temple was cut off, right? Exactly. We can't just leave the body here. So, you gotta do this exactly as I say, got it? It was me. I was the one who received the body. The murder weapon that had been left in her body so she wouldn't bleed too much. The staff that Mystic Elise always held. I knew it. So the actual murder weapon was the staff. Yes, that's right. I brought this body back to Hazakura Temple on the snowmobile. But why? Why did you alter the body? I didn't want anyone to know that the staff was the murder weapon. I didn't want to leave anything that would lead back to Misty Faye. So I dressed her in a robe and stabbed her with a shichishito. I wiped the blood off the staff's blade and I left it on the ground next to her. Iris, just tell me one last thing. Tell me the name of the person who called you on your cell phone. The real killer. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I cannot do it. I can't say who did it. I see. Defendant. Yes? The judge is calling you. He wants to see you in his chambers. He has some questions about Dahlia Hawthorne. All right. Well then, I'll see you later. There's something I want to tell you. Oh, okay. Something she wants to tell me? So it's true. Iris cooperated with the real killer. Maybe even from the very beginning. Phoenix? Mia! How's Maya doing? Physically, I'm not worried. She'll recover completely. But emotionally, she's been very hurt very badly by this case. I see. You don't mean she's learned who Elise Duxim really was? Yes. I went to the medical office and talked with her. I told her everything I knew. But why? Maya is stronger than you think. I knew she should take it. All of it. What do you mean by that? I want you to figure out that answer for yourself. The trial is about to restart. But the real killer, do you know who it is yet? Iris wouldn't tell me who called her, but still. I think I just maybe I know who it was. That night, the victim was killed in the garden of the inner temple, and the criminal wasn't just there by accident, which means that the killer knew of Dahlia's plan from the very beginning. And one more thing, the victim was moved to the Hazakura Temple side by pendulum. In other words, the criminal couldn't cross the bridge. That means that they were stuck on the inner temple side for almost an entire day. Exactly. So the culprit was someone that wasn't in Hazakura Temple the following day. That's as much help as I can give you. The rest of the battle is yours to win, or to lose. Okay, I got it. Thank you, Mia. Finally. It's almost time to bring this case to an end. What exactly did Maya see anyway? And who was it that actually killed Misty Faye? Whoever it was, I have to prove it. Me, all by myself. And how do you feel, Pix? It is bad. So the question is now, Tenho. Do I finish this game now and go for an extended stream, or do we stop here?
You can finish it now, since it's the final case, isn't it?
It's the final part, yes.
Just go for it, because I think I know the answer, but I kind of want to see
it. You're getting love in the chat.
I can see that. I have the chat right here.
So, let's finish it. Let's finish this. Now then, before we proceed any further, I'm going to announce the result of the test we had performed earlier. Tests? Yes, tests. The bloody dagger that was found stuck in a pine tree. Oh, yeah, that. I totally forgot about it. That's the weapon that Maya Fey used when she fought with a victim. So, what are the results? Was it the victim's blood, or due to the time constraints, a full test wasn't possible? However, there's one thing we can say with certainty. The blood that was on this dagger was not the victim's blood. That is all. Now then, let's restart this trial. So it wasn't Misty's blood on the dagger. Then, whose was it? I am sure the defense and the prosecution both know this, but this trial is rapidly coming to a close. Both sides will need to show firm evidence with their claims. I understand, Your Honor. From what I've heard, the witness is dangerously weak, physically speaking, so let's finish this quickly. I agree. Very well. Please bring the last witness. Witness, please tell us your name and occupation. Maya Fey. My profession is... I'm the assistant manager at Wright & Co. law offices. Maya. According to the magazine I have here, you're a spirit medium with the Korean channeling technique. There's a pretty distinct thing there, because, like, she's always said that her profession is spirit medium, and now she doesn't. This is like this little detail here is like so fine and it's so good.
What was it you said instead?
She says she's the assistant manager at the law office. This tiny little thing here. I'm frightened. The Fae clan. I don't want any more to do with it. Oh, Maya. The pain of the Fae bloodline causes must be unbearable. Very well. Now then, Miss Fae. When the event occurred, you were in the garden of the inner temple, and you will witness the moment of Miss Elise Jackson's murder. Is this correct? I didn't see anything. Straighten up this instant, young lady. Huh? Pick your head up and speak clearly. There's always time for crying later. But your mother was killed right in front of your eyes. There's nothing you can do to change that fact. But there is something you can do. You can finish this. You've been watching the whole thing, right? You've seen the witnesses come out, and then you've seen us squeeze the truth out of them. Now is your turn. Let's hear your testimony. On the night of the crime, what exactly did you see happen? I think I might be out of the loop, Pix. But I am... yeah. Witness, if you please. Yes, Your Honor. Oh. That is... Oh, no. I was passing through the garden on the way to a spare prep room when it happened. Oh. Suddenly, someone struck me over the head. I stumbled, and then I ended up against a stone lantern. I think I screamed, "Help me!" Then something warm splashed all over me. That's when I lost consciousness. So you were struck on the head. I suppose it must have been his staff. Maya, the person who hit you. Was it? It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? I'm sorry, Nick. I just couldn't see. I don't know who it was. Maya, think hard. Sorry, Nick, but I really couldn't. Ha. Can't say it was an especially good night for young ladies to be walking around alone. It seems that it will be hard to determine the criminal through testimony alone. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your cross-examination. Which files were accidentally deleted? Because there are some software you can use to recover files from a hard drive. Maya, hang in there. Aww. She doesn't look too well at all. Oh. That's not good. So the thing is, why did you scream "help me"? You think you screamed, but you're not sure? Listen, I was in a complete wreck. It was dark and I couldn't see my attacker. Was it a man? Was it a woman? A woman? A child? Like, an adult? A child? I had no idea. I was scared out of my wits. Believe me, my dear, I'm certain I would have soiled my robes. Oh, that sucks. I thought this person might attack me, so I... Anyway, I'm pretty sure I screamed. I thought it was my last hope. Wow. It sounds like poor little Maya was really out of her mind. But I wonder what she meant by my last hope. What should I do? Do I press it for more details? Wait a minute, Maya. What was this my last hope stuff? Huh? What? What do you mean by your last hope? No. That's what you said. You said my last hope. Huh? What? I said what? Look, you were facing an attacker that you couldn't see and you screamed, right? You screamed, "Help me." Yeah. But you testified you screamed that because you thought it was your last hope. Oh, well, you know, that's like... What do you call it when that happens? Maya's not doing too well up there. Oh, yeah, Oh, that's right. I remember now. I was facing my attacker, but that's not who I was screaming at. What did you say? Yeah, that's right. Oops. There was someone else behind there. That's who I was screaming for help. Ah! What is it now? I messed up. I didn't mean to let that slip out. Huh? Witness, are you absolutely sure of what you're saying? Behind the attacker was another person. I am. Well, I meant to keep that car part a secret. What have I done? Ha! It takes a ton of pressure to make a diamond. That's what I always say. A ton of pressure. You're in a court of law here. You can't make things up or try to hide things in this chamber. Witness, the information you just presented is vital to the case. I want you to edit your testimony. But the thing is, the lantern was dark. So there was a man standing behind your attacker. Yeah. That man. He's the killer. He stabbed her from behind. He is